Well, good morning. I want to be very clear. I am here in my role as the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota. So just need to say that. And I am thrilled to be here with you this morning. And it is always an absolute honor to be in the same room as Shelley Buck. As you can see, she's a force. And I am so grateful for her dedication, her clarity, and always being an advocate for her people and for all people. And you can see that in action with the incredible progress that has been made. It makes me feel very hopeful in a time when sometimes that's hard to come by. And I hope it makes you feel hopeful as well. Well, Bonjour, Peggy Flanagan, addition to cause, Gijueweda Mokoi and to go, Goabagag and Ikagnan Dun Jaba, Mangano Dame. My name's Peggy Flanagan. My Ojibwe name is Speaks in a Loud and Clear Voice Woman. I know. Yeah. My husband was the least surprised to learn that is my Ojibwe name. I'm a member of White Earth. My family's a Wolf clan, and the role of our clan is to ensure that we're not leaving anyone behind, which is why I feel right at home with all of you. So I'm so happy, right? We just talked about being a little further upriver, right, at Owamni-Omni, and now we're a little bit further down here on the banks of the beautiful Mississippi. We're here and we're talking about learning and the connections that will take place, but I also just want to acknowledge how you started off today with a very thoughtful land acknowledgement, with a Dakota woman, with an Anishinaabe Kwe. This doesn't always happen. Let me tell you, sometimes folks forget we're still here. Surprise, right? But that's powerful, and I just wanted to say thank you, because I think that matters and sets the stage for everything that you're going to be talking about this week. As a parent, as Siobhan's mom, which is my most important title and my most important role, I know how critical it is for young people to be able to learn and play in the natural world and learn more about who they are and how that is deeply connected to their identity. Every child in Minnesota, everywhere, deserves access to the outdoors, no matter their race or their zip code. That's why Governor Walz and I have worked hard to make Minnesota the best place in the country to raise a child. That includes supporting children through programs like a child tax credit, which is estimated to cut child poverty by 1/3 in the state of Minnesota, free breakfast and lunch for all kids, no questions asked at school. And it sure helps out when we've got farm-to-school programs that also allow our children to eat real food in school as well. And it also means historic investments in public lands and improving access to the outdoors for all. As part of our 2023 One Minnesota budget, we invested $150 million in Get Out More, modernizing recreation services. This includes camping and boating infrastructure investments, protecting public waters from runoff and invasive species. And it also means $35 million will go towards more than 100 access and accessibility projects all over the state. And just this month, our Department of Natural Resources announced the expansion of its electric all-terrain wheel track chair program, which are incredible. And this allows visitors to reserve and utilize adaptive mobility devices to use off-road, on-trail, because every single person deserves a chance to experience the benefits of our beautiful public spaces. And in Minnesota, we get it. We are really blessed to live in this incredible place. It is incredibly beautiful, and we recreate all year long. But for those of you who are not from Minnesota, if you feel like a buzz in the air, it is because it is suddenly springing and summer. It basically feels like summer, and people go bananas. They're like, we are out, we are ready, the top down, shorts on, like even if it's like 50, like we are all the way there. So welcome to the best time. And we protect and manage our natural resources and invest in making them all accessible. This is a value that we share across the state, and it is truly part of our identity as Minnesotans. If you're not from Minnesota, I feel sorry for you, but if you're not from Minnesota, you may not know that Minnesotans, of course, love the outdoors so much that the citizens of our state voted for a constitutional amendment to raise our state sales tax to create ongoing funding for protecting the environment back in 2008. We also dedicate a portion of our lottery sales to conservation and improving natural resources. And here's something that you don't hear me say often. We had a big win on the ballot in November. Minnesotans overwhelmingly voted to support an amendment to provide more funds to this effort. And it was really, I think, a hopeful moment for me that said, regardless of our political identity, we care about the place we live, we care about natural resources, and that is something to build on and something to grow on. This includes, and it was successful, this includes urban areas, environmental justice areas, and rural parts of our state. And the overwhelming support for this amendment is because Minnesotans know the value of being outside, and it is an important story for us to tell. You all are dedicated to supporting our kids' healthy development. You're committed to protecting our natural world, and you are working to make sure that every child benefits from outdoor learning and play. And I have to tell you, I've got a middle schooler, a 12-year-old. So any middle school parents, or you've lived through this before, or you teach middle schoolers, yes. So it is an interesting time. And I say that in the most Minnesotan way possible. But let me say this. When my child puts down the iPad, I finally get her to go for a walk, and then she'll say, "Can we do this tomorrow? Can we go to the nature center?" Yes, right? That is part of how we connect, how we bond, how we're able to just get clarity about what is really, really important in this moment. And in order to sustain ourselves through this moment in time, we have to continue to connect to nature, connect to each other, and share the value of that with our young people. You are holding the value of letting kids be kids and kids be kids in nature. And so I want you to think about why you do this work. Why does it matter? What happened in your life? What impacted you where you were like this? This is where I am dedicating not just my occupation, but I am guessing many of you are in this room because of your vocation. You have to tend to that in this moment in a way that you probably never have before. The uncertainty around federal actions, climate change, the ever-shifting nature of our culture and technology, we're up against a lot. But you also had 2 Native women, a land acknowledgement. You are surrounded by people in this room who are resilient. We have lived through so much. And when we even think about Owamni, this beautiful place, this sacred place that was taken from the Dakota people, and now in this moment, working to reconnect, to rebuild, that in of itself is an example of what is possible in this very moment. So when I would complain sometimes about things being hard in my job, my mom would say, "Well, I've prepared you your whole life for this moment." A lot of tough love from Pat Flanagan. But she also would say, "It's good work if you can get it." And so I want to just leave you with that. She prepared me for this moment in the same way that my job is to prepare Siobhan. Giwi Ta Benesikwe. My daughter's name is Circling Thunderbird Woman. And she sees everything. But you are prepared for this moment. You know why you do this work. You know why it's important to you. And I need that to be the fuel for you to continue to press on, even when things get hard. Many of us come from families and communities where we have lost everything, and yet we have come back to rebuild. We will not lose everything in this moment, because we will lock arms, we will continue to hold each other up, we will sustain ourselves, we will tend to our spirits in this moment, and we will continue this work together. So Chimigwech, thank you so much for everything that you have done for our young people and for our collective future, and Chimigwech in advance for everything that you will do to continue this incredibly important and critical work. Thank you.